Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. As always, thank you to those of you who continue to watch, listen, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for all your support, feedback, and comments. They're brilliant. You guys are brilliant. Keep them coming. Thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It's an honor and a pleasure and a blessing always to read for you, and I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And to my regular clients as well, a special thank you to you for allowing me to be an unfolding part of the chapters of your life and for being so good with the consistent feedback and how those readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal, private one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage. It'll give you a little more information and my email address. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a variety of readings, love and romance, compatibility charting, career, work, and finance, channeled messages, year overviews, and so on. So if you're interested, send me an email and we'll go from there. Current turnaround time for personal readings is anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks. But since I do readings full-time 6 days a week, I'm usually able to get back with you pretty quickly and set up a reading almost always within a 2-week period of time. So moving right along, these are general readings. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well. You may find that they may resonate a little more predictively for you than your sun sign. And by watching all three, if you know them and if you can, they'll just give you additional bits of insight and clarity, a more cohesive picture into what's going on in your life for the time frame that the reading covers. Excuse me. I'm doing the mid-months just a little bit differently. Typically, I pull at the beginning of the month when I do the generals, I do 8 cards, 2 cards for each week with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck. And I've been doing that for the mid-month readings too for the last year or so. But in the interest of making the mid-month videos a little more efficient and streamlined, a little bit shorter, I'm going to be pulling the same 2 cards for each week. But since it's only 2 weeks, there'll be 4 cards with an additional 5th card from the bottom of the deck for overall energy and advice. So it should make it a little more streamlined and efficient. So moving right along, this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for May 2017 mid-month readings. Sagittarius, what does the remainder of the month of May 2017 have in store for our Sagittarians? The fire sign of Sagittarius for May 2017 mid-month. Okay, Sagittarius, we begin with the 6 of Cups, followed by the 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, followed by the 10 of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and advice is the Knight of Cups. Lots of cup energy, lots of water energy. Water is the element which governs the suit of cups, and the energy of this suit usually manifests itself in the emotional area of our life. It's about our emotional landscape, our feelings, and our relationships as well, our relationships with people and how we deal emotionally and how we relate to other people, all different kinds of relationships, all different kinds of love. So let's begin, Sagittarius. We find ourselves in the middle of May 2017, time being somewhat fluid, of course, give or take a few days, with the energy of the 6 of Cups, followed by the 9 of Swords. So it looks like for a lot of you Sagittarians, looks like something from the past has popped up. It could be a person from your past, a situation from the past, memories from the past. For some of you, it could also represent travel back to the past as well. The 6 of Cups can represent travel, not in terms of time travel, of course, but travel like maybe traveling to see your parents, traveling to see relatives, traveling for a family reunion, traveling back to roots of origin or where you grew up or were born or where you connected with as a child. The 6 of Cups is a card about the past primarily, reminiscence, nostalgia, looking back. It could be as long ago as childhood past or perhaps not that long ago, but it is a card associated with the past or travel towards a connection with the past past as well. It can also represent kind of looking at something with a childlike view, like through rose-colored glasses, or being very childlike or naive about how you're looking at something as well. So something from the past is cropping up, something, someone from the past, or perhaps some of you may be taking a trip to see parents, relatives, or for a family reunion of some kind, or to deal with some family issues. Perhaps it could be some issues around parents or a family home, even with property or real estate as well. We do have the Ten of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is paired with the Nine of Swords. So swords is air energy, which is the element which governs this suit. And the suit of swords it's mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. It's about our ideas and words and how we communicate them. It's about our belief systems and our mental outlook and perspectives. Swords is also about truth, clarity, sometimes health, higher education, and learning. The Nine of Swords is a card of a lot of stress, anxiety, worry, fear, doubt, insecurity. Too much so, like building something up in your head to be actually bigger, worse than is actually reflected in the reality of the environment or the situation, meaning that your concerns, what you're concerned about, may be valid. But this card usually comes up when somebody is just dwelling on it, overthinking it, not able to sleep at night, interfering with your daily functions, focusing only on the negative, so it gets bigger and bigger in your head until you just feel like there's no escape, there's no way around it. But it's illusionary energy. It's you're making it out to be worse than is actually than the reality of the situation actually calls for. I feel like there's a lot of mental and emotional energy dwelling on this, whatever this is from the past that's popped up for you, Sagittarius. And again, this is a general reading. There's thousands of you watching, so it's not going to mean, of course, the same thing for everyone watching to the same degree or intensity. For some of you, this is going to be someone from the past popping up in your life. For some of you, it's going to be a situation coming up from your life. It could be an issue to do with a relative or families or a family parents or a family home of some kind that's causing you the stress, anxiety, worry. But I feel like for you, there's also an offer or an opportunity attached to it, because your overall energy is the Knight of Cups, which is an offer or opportunity that's emotional in nature. It could also represent an offer of love, an extension of something emotional to you. For some of you, for whom this may be a relationship reading, and that could be a romantic sexual relationship from the past or a best friend or some other kind of situation. I feel like for some of you, there was a relationship in the past, regardless of the nature of that relationship, that was emotionally connective, and it went awry somehow. There was an estrangement, a breaking up, a breaking off. It could be with family as well. But it's come up again, or the person has come up, and it feels like this Knight of Cups overall energy, for those of you for whom it resonates this way, it's a chance of reconciliation or resolvement. Now, reconciliation, it may not be that you get back together again as a couple, or that you continue the same way that you were. Some of it may be that, and for some of you, it may just be there's a chance to resolve this past hurt or wound or misunderstanding. But it looks like it's causing you some stress when it first comes in for you. For others of you, it could be an issue around family, relatives, and I'm getting this like property or real estate. It could be like a family estate or childhood home, perhaps, that's maybe you need to make a decision to sell it, or it's gone, or it's being foreclosed on, or because this is a lot of stress, anxiety, and worry, because 10 is represents the end of a cycle, the full achievement. We're at the 9 here, so it's a lot of fear, insecurity, anxiety, stress. So whatever the specifics are, it's something that, and I feel the advice here too, Sagittarius, is you're overthinking it. You're spending too much time just dwelling on the negative aspects of it, particularly if it's associated with memories from the past which are unpleasant. It's like focusing on it too much, overthinking it is feeding it. So it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger in your mind and your heart. But the reality of the situation, it's not that big. It's not that, bad and terrible. So be vigilant about that energy. Now, we end the last month of May 2017, perhaps going a little bit into June, a beautiful combination of cards. We have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Ten of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a new beginning. Aces represent the seeds of a brand new path, a brand new beginning, because aces represent the number one, a beginning, a new start, a new path. It's like a seed which has a lot of potential. Whether or not it's able to manifest to its full potential, you have to plant it, nourish it, take care of it, so that one day it can, it can grow to its full potential, and one day maybe end up nourishing and giving back to you. But this is the very beginning of it. This is the seeds. It's the promise and potential of something beautiful. This could be, the Ace of Cups could be a chance at new love and romance from the past, resolving something from the past. It could represent a new emotional awakening. Again, it could be reconciliation energy for a relationship from the past. It could also be perhaps just a negative situation or experiences or childhood experiences from the past that's come up, and there's a chance to resolve or to have a new beginning, to lay it behind you somehow. It's going to resonate differently, but the fundamental energy, as I always say, remains the same. It looks like there's an opportunity for a new beginning, whether it's to lay something to rest finally once and for all, or resolve something, go your separate ways, or resolve something and continue anew together. For those of you for whom this might be issues with parents or a relative, again, I feel more relationship than anything else, but I am also getting property or real estate too. It's like your parents' home or a family home, or perhaps a piece of property or a home that maybe there's a stress, anxiety, and concern. Maybe it could be an inheritance issue as well. It holds a lot of potential, but I feel like there's a decision, even though we're only, pulling a limited amount of cards. So I'd have to pull more to see how this plays out. For those of you who resonate and want to find out more, you can always contact me for a private reading. But I feel like there's a decision to be made around this. And the last couple of weeks of May, be vigilant about getting too stuck in negativity of it. But I feel like there's probably reflection, assessment, some considering that needs to happen, putting aside as much of this overwhelming emotional stuff to kind of consider the facts of the situation, make the best decision about it, because there's an opportunity for a new beginning, a healing, a moving on as well. And there's a strong theme to home and family or home harmony. For some of you, it could be within your family structure as a whole, but I'm not getting more specific details about that, so I'll leave that there. The Ace of Cups is paired with the Ten of Cups. So here we have the full achievement, the end of a cycle. The Ten of Cups represents the complete emotional fulfillment, kind of that homecoming feeling, being at a certain place where it feels like the puzzle pieces have finally clicked together. Everything's kind of going your way. But for some of you, that could be more related to reconciliation energy for that type of reading. For others of you, again, what has come up, because I keep getting this property thread, even though I feel like it's for a small portion of you, maybe only a handful of you. The tens represent the end of a cycle. So this could represent like your childhood home being sold, or perhaps an inheritance being divvied up, or for those of you perhaps who have lost relatives or lost parents recently, my condolences about that. It could be that the home is being sold to perhaps maybe pay off some bills, or finish out the mortgage, medical bills of some kind. There could be a shift in a piece of property that connects to your childhood home. The energy's sort of vague and sort of specific at the same time. It's like something has come to an end in regards to home and family for you, but it's connected with the past, and it's like a chapter has come to an end, and it feels emotionally kind of like a mixed bag. It feels positive overall, and there's a lot of potential for this to be positive overall, but there's some nostalgia, some bittersweetness in it, some memories about it too, maybe some negative energy from the past. I feel like for the majority of you, however this gets resolved, because I feel like you need to take some time to think about how to deal with this, particularly if you need to make a decision in this. But I feel like at the end of it, it's a positive thing, and whatever is ending, is meant to be ending, but it does come with some kind of bittersweetness, some sadness, some healing, even with the reconciliation energy, and even with things coming back together again or having a resolvement and then going your separate ways. I still feel like there's a bit of sadness, but it's more nostalgia. Kind of like saying a final goodbye to something, someone, or a place from your past, and moving forward into the future, and a future which holds a lot of potential, because again, I feel like there is an offer or opportunity tied up in here somewhere, but there's a little bit of sad nostalgia in it as well. Interesting. It'd be interesting to see the feedback on what this is for those of you for whom it resonates, because it feels a bit like, two cats in a duffel bag full of yarn right now. It's kind of all tangled up. Now, your overall energy and advice is the Knight of Cups. So knights are the bringers, the deliverers of the tarot, the guarders, the guards, the protectors and defenders. Knights can also represent the speed at which a situation moves. The Knight of Cups, often knights represent something being brought to you, an offer or an opportunity of some kind, and this would be emotional in nature. The specifics of this, of course, will vary. This could be an offer of love, an offer, somebody reaching their hand out, bearing their heart, telling you what their feelings are, coming back to you and saying, "Can we resolve this old issue?" For others of you, it could be an opportunity, perhaps, to an offer opportunity on a childhood home for the property and real estate people out there, the family home or your childhood home. Maybe you might have an opportunity to buy it out or move back in, or somebody's making an offer on it, and it represents kind of, saying goodbye to kind of a whole chapter of your past. And again, it could be love related or a resolution of something from the past. It does feel, regardless of the specifics of it, that when this first comes in, there's this stress, anxiety, worry, or it just transport you back to emotions from the past which were difficult, emotional, and challenging. Be careful about that energy. This Nine of Swords energy can be sickness and depression as well. So it's all about taking a step back, not letting any of the negative feelings and emotions overtake you, because I feel like the last couple of weeks of May, you really should try and take a step back, get a different perspective, maybe talk to other people and get some advice, feedback, and guidance as well before you decide what you're going to do or how you're going to move on from this, and what you're going to do about this offer opportunity. Some of you will take it and some of you will not. It's just a matter of looking at it in a clear way and not allowing the emotions of it make the decision for you. Make sure that you look at everything. So Sagittarius, that wraps up your May 2017 mid-month readings. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that it has brought you some clarity and insight, given you some food for thought in how to navigate over these next couple of weeks of May. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal, private, tailored just for you, one-on-one reading with me, and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button for more information, and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. You can also find me on PayPal through that same email address, should any of you feel so inclined to donate $1 or $2 in support of my channel. Any amount is gratefully and graciously accepted. I am saving up for a new computer and audio system to streamline my channel and make it a little bit better. So thank you very much for those of you who have already and continue to donate in support of my channel. I'm very grateful for that. I will see all of you again in a couple of weeks for the June 2017 general readings. And until then, as always, Sagittarius, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.